I've seen a couple of videos pop up on my timeline about this topic, but I haven't watched any of them, and truth be told, it's quite a subject that I feel like falls into my lane of coverage on this channel, so let's talk about it, gentlemen. What I will be presenting is who saved Mason, Woods, Hudson, and Zhao at the end of the mission Old Wounds in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and after you watch this, I'm like 99% sure you'll agree, and this doesn't even really feel like a theory. I feel like if you just know the lore, or you just really go over and play the games again, basically just know the lore, you'll see that this is the only real probable answer. So now that I've got that out the way, let's start from the very beginning. During the mission Old Wounds, it's Mason, Woods, Zhao, and Hudson, and a couple other Chinese operatives who assist Mullah Abdul Rahman and the Mujahideen to fight off the Soviets in Afghanistan in the 1980s. And during this battle, Kravchenko is discovered to be the one that spearheaded the attack for the Soviets when we see him exit his tank to engage Mason, and Kravchenko is then captured. He is then tortured and interrogated regarding information about Raul Menendez, and this is where we see Mason's brainwashing by the Soviets return, and he either gives in to his urges and kills Kravchenko, or he overcomes it and doesn't kill him. Regardless of these decisions though, Kravchenko still gets clapped. The CIA team in Zhao is then betrayed, and they are beaten by the Mujahideen and left in the desert to die. And this is where we get the scene that is the topic of this video, where Mason sees Viktor Reznov, or at least Mason thinks he is seeing Viktor Reznov. So let me explain what really happened, because I really don't think this is a theory video, because once you see the evidence I'm about to present, it's about to be clear as day what really happened. It's important that we look at how Mason's brainwashing actually works, because it does flare up from the number sequence, obviously, and in near-death situations or stressful conditions, which perfectly matches this situation. Clearly the number sequence isn't being read, I don't think I would have to say that, but since I said that it is a way to be activated, I feel like I just gotta address it now. But near-death situations or stressful conditions, this fits perfectly. It's also very important to realize at the end of Black Ops 1, it's literally revealed that all the hallucinations that Mason was having about Reznov, he was never actually there. It was just Mason getting himself out of those situations, but he was just hallucinating Reznov. Now, I'm gonna play these clips where Mason is clearly really stressed out or he's about to die, and you will see these Viktor Reznov encounters, and it will support exactly what I just said. Also, during all these encounters, you could clearly hear the numbers playing in the background, indicating that it's Mason's brainwashing that is taking effect, which further just supports what I've been saying.
We're going under, Mason!
Got you now, you son of a bitch.
You will die, see? What?
I got you, Mason.
What?
You're okay.
Are you okay? Mason.
Reznov.
So going off of what I said previously before showing the clips, let's show the clip in question just so you could see how it perfectly lines up with what I've been saying, and just how well it fits in with the other clips.
Without water and shelter, you may last a day. If you are strong,
So, we're in a desert, buried, to here. And who does your father think rides up on a horse to save us?
Tricky Vic.
Ha! See? You're just like your old man. No, it wasn't him.
You could clearly see that these clips line up perfectly into what I've been saying, that Mason's brainwashing occurs in stressful or near-death situations. In these clips, Mason is on the brink of death except for the payback clip, but that could be explained as being stressed out due to him being beaten and him thinking at the time Woods had just died to save him. So the real question is, who was it that saved Mason, Woods, Zhao, and Hudson in the desert during the Mujahideen betrayal? And it's a really easy answer after going over all this. It was Mason. So after kind of going over how his brainwashing could be activated due to stressful conditions or near-death experiences, which he has a lot of, and at the end of Black Ops 1, like I stated previously, it's revealed that Mason really gets himself out of all these situations, but he just hallucinates that it's someone else, being Viktor Reznov. So it's pretty clear that Mason saved Woods, Zhao, Hudson, and yeah. Because when you go over all the evidence that's been presented about Mason's brainwashing and hallucinations, this is the really only plausible thing that could have happened. I was talking to some people before I even wrote the script down to make this video, and some of them think that it could have been some of these guys we see at the very beginning of the mission that are with Zhao that come check out the weapons that could have came back around at the end of the mission to save us, and I really doubt that. Especially because of all the evidence I presented in this video, and there is just no evidence to point towards that, so that is really just a reach at best if I'm just being honest. And I know he doesn't have a missing index finger, so it's pretty obvious that this is a hallucination, but in Black Ops 1, even in some hallucinations, he's still missing that index finger. To kind of get off topic, what else really could it be? I mean, like, let's be honest, it literally has to be this. Especially if you're just following the lore details that are presented in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. It is pretty obvious that this is really the only way that this could have happened, is if Mason saved them. Like when Mason either thinks he's Reznov or hallucinates, he actually has trouble remembering what happened, which would explain why he would think it's Reznov and he doesn't remember doing it himself. A perfect example of this is when he killed Steiner. He thought Reznov did it when it was really him. So in other words, Mason saved Zhao and the CIA team, but due to his brainwashing making him not remember everything or just flat out forget, he really thought it was Reznov due to the hallucinations from the brainwashing. And the last question you might ask is, okay, yes, Reznov is a hallucination, but who's the other writer with him? And honestly, that's a really damn good question, but if I would have to take an educated guess, I would say it's a local or a CIA asset that was in the area that Mason found and brought him there to rescue his team. I got curious and decided to do some research when I said that, and yes, I'm actually right. In the Afghan War in the 1980s, the CIA actually had assets in the area because the Afghan War was an actual event that Black Ops showed in this mission. So yeah, a fucking course, nice. That really explains that other writer then. So to conclude this or give a quick overview, yes, it was Mason who actually saved the CIA team and Zhao, definitely while his brainwashing was active, and yes, it was a CIA asset that helped him. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section, and maybe something I could have added on to this, but I'm pretty sure this isn't even a theory, this is actually what happened. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.